star gets traded in the NFL. There is less than 2 weeks left in the NBA and NHL schedule. Someone was elected to the Hall of Fame 3 times. All that and more on your 10-minute sports report next. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I am your host, Captain Boring. This is your 10-minute sports report. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Do not forget to like and subscribe. Share with your family and friends on YouTube. Go ahead and hit that notification buttons at the bottom. Comment down below. Go Bills. I am in the hunt for the playoffs. I'm currently in the number 1 seed. Go follow me on Twitch, Captain Boring 11, but comment down below. Go Bills, CJ Stroud, Alec Pierce, Adonai Mitchell, and Isaiah Pacheco take on the other user in the league from the Los Angeles Chargers, Mike. So go be sure to follow me on Twitch, Captain Boring 11, hit that notification button, and you will get to see that game live at some point, probably next week, as right now our schedules are not synced up. But comment down below. Go Bills. I have CJ Stroud as my quarterback because we did a fantasy draft. But speaking of CJ Stroud, we have a trade that will make him so much better. The Buffalo Bills are sending star wide receiver Stefon Diggs to the Houston Texans and CJ Stroud. So both the Bills and CJ Stroud are involved here, which I find kind of ironic. They are sending him to the Houston Texans. The Bills will receive a 2025 second-round draft pick in exchange for Diggs, a 2024 sixth-round pick, and a 2025 sixth-round pick. Diggs, who is 30, joins a loaded Texas offense that is headlined by Stroud, the NFL's reigning offensive rookie of the year. That includes Joe Mixon, who the Texans signed in free agency, receivers Nico Collins, Michigan dude, Tank Dell, he would be a Houston dude, and tight end Dalton Schultz. In 2023, Dell was on pace to have 1,200 receiving yards before suffering an season-ending injury in Week 13. Nico Collins ranked 8th in receiving yards with 1,297 and had 8 touchdowns. This move is a win-now move for everybody involved. Most importantly, the Houston Texans. The Buffalo Bills are just putting everything on the shoulder of Josh Allen. Clearly, the move to get Stefon Diggs a few years ago and pay him has not worked out, has not won them the Super Bowl. The farthest they have gotten is an AFC Championship game where they ran into one Patrick Mahomes. Last year, Diggs was excused, quote unquote, from the first day of team's mandatory mini camp by head coach Sean McDermott, who said that he thought the matter with his star wide receiver was resolved. The clarification came a day after he was very concerned about Diggs' absence. The Bills will carry a dead money charge of $31 million next season after trading Diggs, according to roster management system. That will be the highest known dead money charge ever for a wide receiver, according to ESPN stats and information. The 3-time captain, this is Diggs that I'm talking about, signed a 4-year, $104 million contract extension only 2 years ago in April of 2022. So CJ Stroud gets a new weapon. More pressure is put on Josh Allen in Buffalo. What will happen? I don't know. Diggs is aging and unhappy. Buffalo shipped him out. Lots to come there. An NBA Hall of Fame player has been elected to the NBA Hall of Fame again. That is right. Hall of Famer Jerry West will be entering the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame for a record 3rd time, with his latest election coming as a contributor to the game. ESPN sources told ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. West, who is 85 years old, had been previously inducted into the Hall of Fame as a player in 1979 and as a member of the 1960 Olympic team in 2010. The contributor election honors his work as a general manager with the Los Angeles Lakers, the Memphis Grizzlies, as well as his time with the Golden State Warriors and the Angeles Clippers. Sorry, my dog's squeaking a toy in my ear and it is distracting. While in those roles, West won 8 championships and has been named twice the NBA's Executive of the Year, 1994, 1995 with the Lakers, and 2003, 2004 with the Grizzlies. West, who also won an NBA championship as a player, was famously credited as the architect of the Lakers in the 1980s, 1990s, during his 18 seasons as general manager, including the deal that brought Kobe Bryant, RIP, to the Lakers. So 3 times in the Hall of Fame. Who knew? Alrighty, let's jump on over to NBA thing. Here's the deal. I'm going out of town this weekend, so this is your last 10-minute sports report for the week. April Fool's Monday. Boston went to Charlotte, got a 118-104 dub. Phoenix went to New Orleans. Again, 2 playoff teams. One on the one side of the play-in, the other square in the play-on, that would be Phoenix. Phoenix got a big-time dub, 124-111 on the road. Portland visited Orlando. Orlando got a 1-point victory, 104-103. Brooklyn visited Indiana, and Indiana withstood the fight from the Nets and defended their home court 133-111. Last night, Tuesday, the Lakers went to Toronto and got a 128-111 victory. Milwaukee went to Washington, and this is a shocker. Milwaukee lost to Washington. Everyone beats Washington except for the Milwaukee Bucks, clearly 117-113. And the reigning MVP of the NBA is back, and he is much needed for the Philadelphia 76ers, who were hosting the top seed in the West, Oklahoma City Thunder. And they got a big-time dub, 109-105. Kelly Oubre Jr. had 25 points. Joel Embiid did have 24 points in the start. He is much needed. He made an immediate impact in the game and hopefully in the seasons. We'll get to the standings in just a minute. New York went to Miami. Miami got a 109-99 dub. Houston went to Minnesota. Minnesota got a 113-106 dub. Houston has now lost 3 straight. Cleveland went to Utah, 129-113 in their favor. San Antonio went to Denver. Denver behind 42 points from Nikola Jokic, 110-105 as they continue to battle for the 1 seed. And Dallas went to Golden State, snapping Dallas's 7-game winning streak, 104-100 behind 23 points from Andrew Wiggins. Alrighty, the standings. Boston locked up the 1 seed. Milwaukee sits a game and a half up on Cleveland for that 2 seed. Cleveland sits a game and a half up on both the Orlando Magic and the New York Knicks for the 3 seed. Both the Knicks and the Magic sit a game and a half ahead of the Pacers for the 4 or 5 seed, depending on how you look at it. The Pacers sit a game and a half ahead of the Miami Heat for the 6 seed. The Miami Heat sit a game and a half ahead of the Philadelphia 76ers for the 7th seed. Philadelphia sits 5 games ahead of the Chicago Bulls for the 8th seed, and the Bulls sit now just a half game ahead of the Hawks for the 9th seed. It should be noted that the Chicago Bulls have clinched a play-in berth. So they are officially in the play-in there. The Raptors, Hornets, Charlotte, Pistons have all been eliminated from the playoffs. The Brooklyn Nets are right on the edge there. There's only 6 games left in the season now, and they are 5.5 games back of the Hawks for the 10th seed. So all but out of it. In the Western Conference, the Nuggets, the Timberwolves, the Oklahoma City Thunder, it is in that order, have all clinched playoff berths. The Nuggets sit atop in the 1 seed, half game ahead of both the Timberwolves and the Thunder. The Clippers sit 5.5 back in the 4 seed. Mavericks are 7.5 back, tied with the Pelicans. That's the 5-6. In the 7 seed and 8th seed, both 8.5 games back, are the Sacramento Kings and the Phoenix Suns. 10 games back are the Los Angeles Clippers. And one of the hottest teams in all the NBA currently, the Golden State Warriors, 5 in a row, 7-3 in their last 10, 11 games back. Houston Rockets, 2-game losing streak. I said 3 earlier. I apologize. 8-2 in their last 10, sit 3 games back of the Warriors. Jazz, Grizzlies, Trailblazers, and Spurs all been eliminated from the playoffs. So The matchups or the seeding to watch, the 1 seed, who gets it there in the West? Nuggets, Timberwolves, Thunder, all within a half game of each other. Clippers in that 4 seed, in between 5.5 back, so not really fighting for third, and 2 games ahead of the Mavericks, so still could go either way there. Pelicans, Mavs tied for the 5th seed. Kings and Suns tied for the 8th seed. So 5 through 8, a slip in any direction, the Mavs could go from the 5th seed playing the Clippers in the first round to the 8th seed playing for their lives in a 1-game playoff. Craziness. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's switch over to the NHL and Monday. On Monday, I said Monday twice, I apologize. Florida visited Toronto, and Toronto put up 6 goals on Florida. 4-6 is the final. Austin Matthews was the player to watch in that game there. The Islanders went to Philadelphia and got a 4-3 overtime win. Colorado, after a hot start, has now won 1, then lost 1. Now they won 1, and now they lost 1 again. They went to Columbus and got smoked 4-1. Edmonton went to St. Louis, and this does not help their cause. They lost in overtime 3-2. The Kraken went to San Jose and got a 4-2 victory. Los Angeles Kings went to the Winnipeg Jets and lost 4-3. On Tuesday, Florida went to Montreal. Florida's having a rough go of it. Florida's now lost a few games straight. I want to say at least 3 in a row. They lost to Montreal last night 5-3. Washington visited Buffalo and got cracked over the head 6-2. Chicago visited the Islanders and lost 2-1. Boston visited Nashville. Again, Nashville's a top wild card team in the West, 3-0. Boston got a victory there. Ottawa, visited Minnesota. Minnesota, fighting for their wild card lives, got a victory 3-2. Vancouver went to Vegas. Vegas up and down. Jonathan Marchessault got a 6-3 victory. Anaheim went to Calgary and got a 5-3 victory there as well. And I actually covered all of the games on Tuesday night. Let's go to the standings and get you all caught up in the standings. There's my soundbite right then and there. Boston and Florida have clinched the playoff berth, 103-99. Those are the points for each of those teams in that order. Boston, then the Panthers. Toronto Maple Leafs have 95 points. Sitting 6 points back are the Tampa Bay Lightning, followed by the Detroit Red Wings with 82. We'll get into the wild card in just a minute. In the Metropolitan East, Rangers, Hurricanes, Flyers, 104. Rangers lead the way, best in all of hockey. Yes, indeed. Hurricanes 101, Flyers 83, so a lot of space there. The Blue Jackets officially have been eliminated from the playoffs. They're the worst team in the Metropolitan, so the fact that the Avalanche lost to them, huge loss for the Avs. Because the Dallas Stars in the West Central, Stars, Avalanche, Jets in that order, the Avalanche could have picked up some points against the Stars, but it was not to be. The Stars are the hottest team in the NHL, 8-2 in the last 10, 7-game winning streak, 103-196. In the Pacific, Ducks and Sharks eliminated. Canucks, Oilers, Knights, 195-92 in that order. Knights have picked it up now, 3 straight wins, 7-2 and 1 in their last 10 games. Finally, let's go to the wild card. So I gave you the 3 seeds. In the East, it's the Tampa Bay Lightning with 89 points, 7 points ahead of both the Washington Capitals and Detroit Red Wings, both with 82. New York Islanders making a run here late with 81 points, 3 points back from the Capitals. Pittsburgh Penguins with 79 points. So lots of teams in contention in the East. The West is a little bit different story. Nashville Predators, 3-game losing streak. So you think that would hurt them. They got 90 points. However, the second wildcard team, the Los Angeles Kings, also on a 3-game losing streak. But the St. Louis Blues are 7-2 and 1, now 84 points, just 3 points back of the Kings, 6 points back of the Predators. Predators have to be feeling pretty good. The Minnesota Wild are trying to stay in there, 81 points. They're 6 points back. The Kraken and the Calgary Flames, 75, 73 points, respectively, just hanging on at this point and hoping for death. And that'll do it for this week's rendition of the 10-Minute Sports Report. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Again, I will get another episode to you late next week. I am gone tomorrow night. That is Thursday through Tuesday. So I will probably not get you an episode until the end of next week. At that point, we got 1 week left of the season in both NBA and NHL coming down the home stretch. A lot more teams will be eliminated. And at that point, it'll just kind of be seeding. Where does everyone fall in the seeding? But I'm going to guess that in the NBA, it's like the Nets and the Rockets, they will be eliminated, I'm guessing, by that point, and it'll just be seeding the 1 through 10. Again, 7 through 10 on both conferences play in a playoff. The 7-8 have to just win 1 game. The 9-10 seed have to win 2. So a lot at stake there, including the legacy of one LeBron James, who currently is in 9th in the Western Conference. Until next time, know God loves you. I pray God blesses you. Enjoy the eclipse. It's supposed to be 80-90% here in Pennsylvania. I'm going out to Ohio. Hopefully it is a little sunny so that we can see it, but it's supposed to be close to 100% coverage, which will be very weird. I'm very excited about it. Until next time, everyone, God bless you. Peace out. Wash those hands, you filthy animals.